Human beings are communicators. Our quality of life depends upon communication. Primitive people's attempts to make recognizable sounds were undoubtedly motivated by the need to meet threats to survival. They learned to make sounds that were warnings of impending danger, threatening sounds to frighten away intruders, and pleasant sounds to establish friendship and rapport. Communication between and among animals is amazingly efficient. The signals animals send through sounds, positions, and movements can express such definite things as get out of my territory, help, build a nest with me, or fly straight ahead, keeping about 25 degrees right of the sun, and then at 60 yards, you will find a source of water that you can dive into. Crickets and grasshoppers have an astonishing variety of songs with accompanying moods that vary from courtship to combat to the death. Mice communicate with high-pitched tones in an ultrasonic range, and ants convey various messages by tapping other ants with their antenna. Perhaps the most interesting animal communication is that of monkeys and apes. For example, the leader determines the direction of the group's movements for the day and gives the signal for starting and stopping. The early morning howling of the howler monkeys gives directions for their environment throughout the entire day. Thus, they can communicate to influence behavior that will occur several hours later. In human communication, as in animal communication, the purpose is to enable organisms to adjust to their environment. For example, the act of smiling is a form of communication. This is commonly done before a person or a group of people when one finds himself or herself in a new environment. By doing this, the stranger can easily adapt to the group. In addition to polite In addition to polite and friendly nonverbal gestures, a stranger can initiate the conversation by introducing himself or herself and then saying his or her piece. Immediately, tension disappears and camaraderie begins to develop. They say a person's character is judged based on how he or she communicates with other people around him or her. Communication here refers to both verbal and nonverbal. With respect to verbal, it is not so much as what one says, but how one says it that matters more. In the same vein, the kind of body language one does is a true reflection of character. The aphorism that action speaks louder than words is never truer than when it is used to determine this aspect of person. Hence, whatever knowledge a person has acquired over the years does not matter as long as he or she communicates effectively is what is deemed essential for anyone's existence. For many years, we have been taught that communication is vital, especially in school where we spend the most of years of our youth. Reading and writing have largely been the focus of teachers' attention. Adults tend to think that talking is a biological process that takes a natural course. This is sad because the youth have not been taught how to take communication seriously, and the results can be damaging. This can be reflected in many lost opportunities as a consequence of careless and ineffective communication, whereas relationships, which are vital for human existence, can be ruined. This can be avoided by looking into one's speech habits and paying closer attention to the communication problems that directly affect the significant people around us.